So, what can all of you do to help? The first thing that adults can do is to take the Little Warriors Prevention Program. It's the only program that is research-based, third-party evaluated, and it's offered coast to coast in Canada by Little Warriors facilitators, some of them here today. In that program, we'll teach you what to look for in certain situations that you need to protect your children from, teach you the signs, the symptoms, and teach you what do you do if a child discloses. So that's the first thing. The second thing, if you're in a financial position to help us, please do. It has been a very difficult year with the recession, and in order to do the work that we do, we need help. Currently, we get $25,000 of our funding from the government, and the rest we raise. The money that we raise goes to preventing child sexual abuse by training facilitators and training adults in churches, schools, sporting organizations, you name it. We have big plans, but we need help. If you're not happy with our laws, sentencing, resources for child sexual abuse, put your pen to paper. Tell your politicians, our politicians, what you want. Write our minister, our premier, our prime minister, and tell them what you want. Canada is a democracy. And if we want change, we need to ask for it and tell our politicians we want it as part of their mandate. Tell the politicians to stand up for our country's greatest resource, our kids. Tell them to stop letting people rape and molest our children and get away with it. Tell them to fight for our kids. Finally, and this is probably the most important, always put the kids first. If a child tells you that they've been sexually abused, tell them you believe them. Tell them you support them. And always, no exception, doesn't matter who it is, always report it to authorities, no matter who the offender is. You see, as a society, when it's the creepy person in the van that's scouting the playgrounds, everybody wants that person penalized to the max, right? We hear it in the media. You know, guys should be put away for life for doing that. Well, guess what? 95 to 98% of the time, it's not the stranger that you need to worry about. It's the people that have the trust of your children. Every single person that spoke today, who was it? Not random creepy person. They knew them. When it comes to family, guess what most do? Not all. Oh, you know what? It was the dad, you know what? Or it was my husband, it was my father, my aunt. You know what? It only happened once. He's a nice man. It won't ever happen again. You know what they do? They do the worst thing that you can do with child sexual abuse. They cover it up. They put it in the closet, they don't talk about it, and they do not stand up for their children. Please do not ever cover it up. Because you know what that means to a child? I can tell you. My mom's here today, and my mom was good when I was a little girl. But you know what my family said? You're dirty. You're a liar. And from the day I was abused, they disowned me. Because they didn't want their family to have the pedophile. Even when he was convicted, do you think anybody apologized? No. Do you think they still go to dinner at his house? Yeah. I have heard, and the biggest thing that drives me crazy, even more than the political side, is that we protect these people because they're husbands, fathers, mothers, coaches that our family get along with, neighbors, people in the church. For the love of God, they're sexually abusing and raping our children. I don't care who they are. So never, ever, ever cover it up. And if somebody tells you they think something's going on, pick up the phone. You don't want that little kid going home tonight and getting abused. Do your part. Do your part. Whether it's encouraging people that come forward, don't turn your face and not want to talk about it. Stand up for kids by talking about it and never, ever covering it up. Be a hero for those kids. Be a hero. Believe them and report it. In closing, I just have a couple of thank yous. I want to thank everybody for coming today. Hopefully everybody sees our new little smart car outside. Did everybody see it? Cute. John, who's here in the second row with his family, Obrowski donated the car to us. We literally got it yesterday and deckled it in one day. So it's outside. I'm very, very grateful. To my board and advisory board for the time that they invest in helping and for giving me lots of rope, because once again, those that know me, I need extension cords. Thank you to my team at G Squared, Trista, Lisa, Carrie, Randy. Literally, they have been breathing, living, sleeping this for the last kind of month and a half, so thank you. To all the Little Warriors staff and volunteers, Dee, Joan, Janelle, Trina, Darla, Courtney, thank you for dedicating your lives to helping. It's not an easy job for these guys. They're the ones that, although we're not a disclosure firm, we're getting the calls that, by the way, this happened to my daughter. And if you think it's, hey, my daughter got sexually abused, no, it's an hour on the phone of what exactly happened. The staff at Little Warriors are warriors themselves for the job that they do every single day. I want to thank Chris Sheets for never saying no to me and for being here today. All the survivors, I started with 40 that were going to do the ad campaign. I got down to 13, and trust me, I'm like, oh my God, am I going to have anybody left? They came out like troopers. The 40 that didn't, I guess, how many would that be? Trista, better at math than me? 27 were their families wouldn't let them do it. You're not allowed to do it. You're going to give our family a bad name. We're not going to give you the photo. Seriously, I was outraged. I'm not going to lie. Because what were they doing again? Taking the voice from the survivor. They weren't the ones that were molested and raped. Right? It's about that adult now finding their voice, not about their family brand. Finally, I want to thank, where is my husband anyway? See at the back? I want to thank my husband, Gary. I'm sure he didn't really know what he was getting into when I had the vision to create Little Warriors. I'll tell you, he has not ever once said, please don't do it, please cut back. My husband is my best friend and has walked along me every single step of the way and has been nothing but absolute support. And without him, I couldn't lead the crazy busy life that I do. So I want to thank you for coming today and taking time out of your busy schedule, and to let you know that Trista, myself, and Chris will be available for media interviews. Thank you very, very much.